Alright, welcome back to More Than Peachy's Gaming. I'm your host, Mune, and today I want to talk about something really serious. But before I do, in case anybody's wondering where the heck I am currently in the Chasm. This is actually my favorite area of the game, at least my favorite zone, and it's because there's a lot of mysteriousness with it, and you can go a lot of places. Plus, it gets kind of confusing about exactly where you're supposed to go. So, first things first, I want to talk about something kind of important that a lot of people tend to forget even exists in this game when they're actually playing it, and that is the terms of service. Okay, and I know it's quoted all the time about how people shouldn't violate terms of service and so forth. But those that are claiming that you should not violate the terms of service, have you really read the terms of service? I'm betting you probably have just skimmed it or you have not read it at all. Simply because there are a lot of things in the terms of service for Neverwinter that you might not even know even existed in it that could dramatically impact on how you play and how you see others play. Okay? And I know that some people are going to be very upset with me even claiming that they should go off and read some document about the terms of service when they clearly know what those terms of service are and they're not violating them. No, that's not really the case. There are things in there that are considered against terms of service that I didn't even know were in there. Okay, and it's really funny when you actually read them. So I highly suggest people read them. Some of the things that I just nitpicked out were things like you're not supposed to use all caps. It's literally against terms of service. You use all caps in any chat, it is against terms of service. If you are under the age of 13, you're not even supposed to be playing this game. If you are under the age of 18 or the legal age in your country to be an adult, you are supposed to get consent by your parent or legal guardian. So crazy stuff in there about that. I mean, there's things about harassment and stalking. There's even stuff about scamming other players out of their items and spamming chats. It's just unreal. Like when I read it, I was like, "This is all in here? Wow, th- this seems like a lot of people would violate this very easily." And the argument that I got against me when I brought it up with somebody else was, "Oh, it doesn't really affect the community." And I'm over here, I'm like, "Yeah, it does. It totally does. It totally affects the community in its entirety." Because guess who sees that chat? It isn't the developers usually, it's usually the players. So, that says a lot. Do, 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 do. Yep. So, I'm just kind of wandering around here. It's kind of fun. But yeah, you definitely need to read your terms of service whenever you're trying to justify anything about other people violating them. Because honestly, I don't think anybody should be in trouble for violating uh, the minor things, okay? Mind you, there are obviously offenses that are out there that should be bannable, obviously, or even punishable. But there are some things that, like I said, you can't just say if it's prohibited by the terms of service that you automatically shouldn't be doing it. Okay? It's highly recommended that you don't. Wow, that was loud. uh, but again, you should be considerate to those that, you know, might be breaking these without knowing, okay? And we all know the people. We all know individuals who play games, who don't read the contents of these terms of service. I've seen people be like, "Oh yeah, it's longer than two sentences. I'm not reading it. It's a waste of my time. Why should I be required to read this?" I cracked up when I read that. I was like, "So you're telling me that you feel entitled?" And I say that very loosely, that you feel entitled because you don't think that it's worth your time to read it. Okay? I want you to think about that for a moment. You should probably just sit down, take a little bit of time to actually read it. So, that's all I have to say about the terms of service. I want everybody who watches this video, please go read the terms of service for this game. It'll be under Perfect World Entertainment. You'll find it. You can do a quick Google search to find it. Pretty easy. I read it pretty much in great detail yesterday. I wrote a lot of things down, questionable things, and obviously they do dictate a lot of things to protect them. My biggest concern about the terms of service right now, are that they claim that they can restore items and so forth at their own discretion. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then they also say that they're not responsible for any of your items disappearing. So just kind of keep that in mind, that if something comes up missing on your account, they're not responsible and are in no way going to reimburse you for that. So, but there's also things in the terms of service that also covers stuff like fees. So, again, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Moonay, and you have been watching me play Neverwinter. Hey, Oculus!